Good day, virtual pilots. Welcome to this training video presentation of the VATSAF PTD. Today we will take a closer look at the control surfaces of the Cessna 172. Before we start, on our previous video we've briefly discussed the functions of the pitot tube, and I would like us to take a closer look as we move to the outside of the aircraft. The pitot tube is a horizontal L-shaped little instrument that's mounted below the left main wing of the Cessna 172. As the aircraft moves forward, speeds increase and decrease, it will measure the airflow below the left wing. This airflow compresses a diaphragm or decompresses the diaphragm depending on the airspeed, whether it's increasing or decreasing. This air is fed into the vertical speed indicator, the altimeter, as well as the airspeed indicator. As seen in our previous video, if you suspect that this tube is blocked, you will have inaccurate readings on these three instruments, and therefore you can always activate the alternate static air switch. This little switch will enable you to feed cabin air into these three instruments, thereby still be able to see your airspeed, your altitude, and your vertical speed indicator if you are descending or ascending. Next, we will move on to the main control surfaces of the wings. On the inside of the left wing and the right wing, as seen from behind, you will have your flaps. The aircraft is currently in a flaps up position and also referred to as the clean configuration. The flap settings on the Cessna 172 comes in three what we call notches. First notch, that is normally used for any approach to an airfield for landing. Second notch, that's the preferred flap setting for a normal landing. Third notch is the preferred flap setting if you do a short field landing. On the edges of the left and the right wing, there are tabs which we call the ailerons. The ailerons assist the aircraft in turning left or right. A turn to the left will have the left aileron up and the right aileron down. A turn to the right will move the right aileron up and the left aileron down. Let's move on to the tail section of the aircraft. The tail section consists of two parts. We will discuss the first one, that's the tail fin. This is where your rudder is positioned. Rudder of an aircraft will determine the yaw. If you push a left rudder, the aircraft will yaw to the left, or the nose will turn to the left. If you push the right rudder, the aircraft will yaw to the right, or the nose will move to the right. Further to this, the nose wheel is connected via a rod to the rudder control, and this will assist the pilot when the aircraft is moving on the ground to turn the aircraft left or right. On the lower section, you will have your elevators. By pulling the joystick towards you or the yoke towards you, your elevators will go up. This will put the aircraft in a nose-up pitch attitude. By pushing your joystick or your yoke control forward, the elevators will go down, and this will put the aircraft in a nose pitch down attitude. At the edge of the right elevator, we will find the trim tab. In the previous video, we've discussed the relation between the trim wheel and the trim tab. The trim tab is essential when flying in level flight, for ascending and for descending, and obviously for landing to assist the pilot in flaring the aircraft. By moving the trim wheel down, your trim tab will pitch down. and this will pitch the nose up of the aircraft. By moving the trim wheel up, your trim tab will move up, and this will pitch the aircraft in a nose down attitude. Pilots, this will then conclude our short video on the control surfaces of the Cessna 172. Safe landings, and if you like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the subscribe button. If you'd like to be notified of any updates of new added training material and videos to the YouTube channel, click on the bell. Safe landings.